What's going on, guys? Envy here. Today we're going to talk about what I think is the most obtainable pre-bis items for your mage. On screen now is the best possible kit, which isn't super realistic considering all the random modifiers you'll need. The bracers, cloak, and offhand all require an of Frozen Wrath modifier, and the two freezing bands are an insanely low percent world drop that are also extremely pricey on the auction house. Now transitioning to the kit that I'll be using, you can see it's mostly the same thing, but with a few alternatives that are actually way more obtainable with a bit of farming. I'll discuss each of the items on this kit, where to obtain them, and the drop rates that go along with it. We'll go in order from dungeons into quests, and then finally we'll talk about BOEs, and I have a few honorable mentions that we can use as placeholders. Starting off in BRD, your best in slot belt, boots, and shoulders drop here. The Omnicast boots have a 36% drop chance from Golem Lord Argomec. The Banthox sash has a 32% chance from Okthar the Breaker. And the Spritecaster cloak has a 28% drop chance from Houndmaster Grebmar. Finally, the last item here is your Boreal Mantle. These have a 23% drop chance from Warder Stilgus. I opted out of getting these while leveling mainly because it's soloable at 60, or you can have a friend help you with it. So next up on our list is Lower Blackrock Spire. You can get your pre-bis gloves and pants here. There's also a staff that can be a pretty big upgrade for you. Starting off with the Sky Shroud leggings, which have a 13% drop chance from High Lord Omok. The Hands of Power, which have a 36% drop chance from Quartermaster Ziggurat's. And the Trindlehaven staff that has a 33% drop chance from Overlord Wormthalak. Remember, this staff is optional, and you'll be replacing it with the Witchblade. Otherwise, it's a really good upgrade in the meantime. Then we move over into Scalomance, which has our dagger and wand, as well as a chest piece if you aren't going with tailoring and planning on crafting Robe of the Archmage. The Freezing Lich Robe has a 14% drop chance from Raz Frost Whisperer. Both of the remaining items drop from the last boss, Darkmaster Gandling, Bone Creeper Stylus, and the Witchblade. They both are on a 13% drop rate. Next up on the list is Stratholme. You'll be able to find your pre-bis hat and necklace here. We'll be starting off on the live side to find your Star of Mysteria, which has a 12% chance to drop from Balnazar. Once you're able to obtain that, we can move on over to the undead side, where you can get your Crimson Felt Hat. It has a 15% drop chance from Magistrate Barthelus. The only other thing you should be looking out for here is if the Archivist Cape of Frozen Wrath drops in the live side, but the chances of that are very, very low. So the next dungeon on our list is a 10-man, Upper Blackrock Spire. If you don't have the key for this, I would definitely recommend trying to get it or having a friend who has it. Your Briarwood Reed trinket has a 30% drop chance from Jed Runewatcher. The only problem with that is Jed is a rare spawn. There's a guide on how you can check for him by spamming a macro against a wall, but that's why I recommend you have the key so that you don't have to rely on others to have him in your run. You can just farm for him and then make a group. Alright, now that we've finished the dungeon section of the video, we can go over the 3 quest items that you can obtain. Starting off with the offhand, the Spirit of Aquamentus, which is rewarded from a quest chain in Ungoro Crater. It's only 2 quests, starting with Lincoln's Adventure, which will give a follow-up called It's Dangerous to Go Alone. Once you complete this, it'll give you the offhand. Next up is the quest for your ring, the Eye of Orgrimmar. This is a quest chain that consists of 6 quests. It begins in Kargath with a quest called Commander Gorshak. The chain will have you complete a series of quests within BRD, then you'll return to Orgrimmar in between. The final quest of the chain is called The Princess Saved. You'll be rewarded with the ring from Thrall once you save the princess at the end of the BRD dungeon. The final quest for your best in slot trinket, the Eye of the Beast, can be obtained by completing a 3-step quest chain beginning with Warlord's Command, which is picked up in Kargath. There are 2 follow-ups. The final quest for the Horde requires you to kill Warchief Rend in Upper Blackrock Spire. After you complete that, you can return to Thrall and Orgrimmar and turn in the quest. So the last 2 items on the list are going to be your ring, the Maiden Circle, as well as the bracers, the Arena Wrist Guards. Both of these are BOEs and can be bought off the auction house on your server, which is the route I'll be taking for them. So there are 2 honorable mentions I'll throw in as well that you can replace if needed, or if you're unable to get one of the other pieces, just kind of use as a substitute in the meantime. The Cyclopean Band Ring isn't really as good, but if you don't want to spend the gold on the Maiden Circle or Freezing Band or anything like that, you can definitely use that as a placeholder. There's also the Robe of Winter Night that is a BOE tailoring craft, so you can buy that off the auction house as well to replace the robes. Well, that just about sums it up. Again, I just want to be clear that this isn't the end all be all. There's for sure alternatives, maybe better options, but this is just what I plan on going for because I feel like it's the most obtainable rather than endlessly farming for random modifiers or different things like that that just take an excess amount of time and you'll replace them eventually. But thanks to everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one.